First, thank you for an amazing, entertaining time watching another one of your pictures. And you've done a lot of great work, and I haven't had a chance to tell you that I appreciate it. So I just want to start off saying thank you for all the work you've done.
Thank you for saying that.
First, what was your hustle growing up? Like before film, did you have a different hustle?
Yeah, you know, at first, probably the first thing I really threw myself into was creating a newspaper in high school, where I learned how to be a ringleader. You know, you had to motivate people and create a vision. That was exciting. That's like making a movie.
Yeah.
The next one was probably a bunch of things I did in college, again, writing for newspapers. And then I was very interested in what, you know, our president has called community organizing. I worked in some low-income communities to improve low-income housing. And that was where I first used video equipment to document conditions, to try to get them changed, and would walk into city halls with those videotapes. And then I decided I think I'd like to make movies. So those are sort of the steps of what happened.
Wow. This movie, I mean, you take this real life story of this Abscam controversy, and you see this other story through it already, or I mean, because it seems like it came to you more as just a documentary of sorts, a real life fiction. Like, how do you see this other character development through just this simple story of fraud?
Right, well, because, see, just a simple story of fraud doesn't interest me that much. You know, what interests me is the hearts and souls of the people in their emotional lives, like we did in The Fighter. You know, I just don't think that way. I don't think it's just, oh, this is a boxing movie. Or I don't think Silver Linings Playbook, oh, that's a romantic comedy. I would never think that. I just think about it, the people's hearts and souls and the romance and the struggle for them to live and how their worlds are. I'm fascinated with how their homes are and how their worlds are, what they look like, what they smell like, what they listen to musically. That's enchanting to me. So I want to create that enchantment, and then I want to watch them struggle with refinding their heart. So that's how we did this story. You know, a procedural story, that's not the thing that interests me the most. They were in a doozy of a predicament. That's what makes a great story, is if the characters are not only great characters, meaning they're real specific local people that you could just see on the street and go, wow, who's that? Right. You know, and I want each character to be like that. But then also they have to be in a predicament that's deep, that's going to make them dig deep and make the audience keep wanting to know what's going to happen. What's going to happen? You know, you got these con artists who were hired by the FBI. That's interesting.
Yeah.
You know, the FBI guy now wants to be one of them. He falls in love with one of them. That's interesting. One of them has a wife who's a very complicated woman, Jennifer Lawrence. I'm already in, you know.
Yeah. Tommy, this is the next DJ Steve who would salute.
Thank you, Rocco.
Thank you, Rocco.
I believe that you should treat people the way that you want to be treated. Didn't Jesus say that or something?
Amen.
I think also always take a favor over money. I think Jesus said that as well.
I don't know if you said the second one, but you might have said the first one.
I chip them moving furniture. It's my new obsession. Moving, redecorating. It makes me feel better, like exercise. But there's this top coat that you can only get from Switzerland, and I don't know what I'm gonna do because I'm running out of it. But I love the smell of it. Irvin, I can't get enough of it. That would be amazing. There's something. The top coat. It's like perfumey, but there's also something rotten. And I know that sounds crazy, but I can't get enough of it. I smell it, it's true. Dolly, historically, the best perfumes in the world, they're all laced with something nasty and foul. It is true, it is true.
It feels
Irving
true.
loves them.
Oh my
You
God.
can't get enough of that smell.
Can't get enough.
Carmine, smell her nails.
Sweet and sour.
Smell her nails.
Rotten and delicious.
It smells like flowers.
Flowers, but with garbage.
And like sour.
Yeah.
Flowers. You know what that is for me? It's coriander for me. It's
But
coriander.
Irv loves it, he can't get enough. That's what hooks you. He always comes back for it.
Yeah.
I can't stop.
I know that I have a good time.
Oh,
Look
you
at
do.
it.
You're so nice.
He's gonna say, we have to talk business. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Hey, darling.
Could me and the man talk about business here?
America's been talking about two websites this month: healthcare.gov and davidorussell.com. I took a look at the website. I noticed that you've done a lot of stuff for mental health and
Yes.
and other things. What do you think about the healthcare.gov site and their attempts to like input more stuff in mental health as well as healthcare in general?
Well, it's a very near and dear to my heart, mental health causes. You know, I've had close members of my family face bipolar, and any family that struggled with that knows that is deep, and so they need all the help they can get and all the resources they can get. First of all, meeting each other's families and sharing stories and resources and ideas is big. And I think that the government can help with that a little bit. I mean, you can have community centers and health centers where people know where to go to say, what should I be doing with someone who's struggling in my family? Where can they go? Where can they get more help? I was involved in Washington. That film led me to go to Washington, and we met with the vice president who spoke to us about removing the stigma from mental health issues. You know, they tend to get marginalized and hidden, which isn't healthy.
Right.
And that's how you have things happen that are bad before you can stop them. You know, if someone's going to do something, you want to get to them before they do that thing. You know, and if there's an open dialogue saying this person is behaving in this way, this person needs to get help, that will help. We also, in Senate, tried to offer to Debbie Stabenow, a senator from Michigan, parity, equalness for mental health issues with regular health issues. Because again, they're segregated like second-class citizens. They don't.
Right.
It's like so. So that's I'll never stop until I'm never going to stop fighting for those causes. I think those are good causes, and those are some of the best people I ever met. The people who both support and help, but also the people who struggle with the issues themselves. Because the harder the issue is you face, the deeper your heart is. You know, so I've learned to be a better person and a better filmmaker from people who struggle with any kind of emotional issue. You know.
Wow. Well, thank you for your time, and thank you for another great picture.
Thank you for you. Thank you for refocusing me.
All right.